Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody. It is Adam and Elsie here to spread the love and hope, helping others prosper every day. We are here live on Facebook and YouTube. We are going both. Um, Here, we're not your marriage gurus, but we are here to just, like I said, spread the love and hope, helping others prosper every day. And this is just around relationships. We want to see relationships prosper. We're just real talking about relationship, taking things that we're learning and growing on, and just sharing with you guys. And we pray and hope that you guys are learning and growing, and we're adding value. But also, you guys add value to us. Tell us things that you're learning that you can share with us, so we can also grow in our relationship. This is day, I think,
12.
13 or 12 of the 14-day challenge of we're coming straight live, back to back to back to back. We've been 14 days straight live on here for you guys. Hey, Jante. And we are going strong, and we're going to continue this year to be accountable to ourselves, accountable to the people that are around us, and this helps us out stay accountable so we can for our relationship and also for your guys's, so you guys can prosper in your relationships. What's up, Skinner? And so the question, the hot topic of the day, LC, go ahead and let them know what it is. What is that?
It is, does your spouse make you happy?
I don't know. Do you make me happy? Okay. What's the little subtitle?
It says 5 ways to be happier.
Okay, come on. This is some good stuff. This is a question we always probably ask. Are you happy? Are you happy in that relationship? Does it make you happy? Hey, Triva. And so we're gonna dive in and talk about it. And this is coming out of the idea of this topic is coming out of John Maxwell is the author. It's Make Today Count. And this chapter is, I'll share in just a moment, but we're going to dive in. So the 5 ways, well, actually, let's start off. Yeah, so it's around, the chapter is around attitude. Attitude. And so basically where I got this idea from. So actually, yeah, we'll start. So at number one will be take responsibility of your attitude. 5 ways to be happier. The number 1 is take responsibility of your attitude. Now, a lot of you guys probably don't want to hear that. You'll be like, oh, they should make me happy. But here, I'll share so John Maxwell's wife, Margaret, she was doing a seminar, so they both were doing a seminar, and she happened to be speaking for like a relationship, a couple one. And so someone from the crowd asked her, does your husband, does John make you happy? And he was sitting in the back room. He snuck in because he finished early, and she said no. And so he was like looking for the closest exit, trying to escape. Like, what? They've been married for 6 years, and I don't make you happy. And the reason why is because what she shared next is what's key. Is the topic of this is he wasn't mean to me or anything. He was a great husband, but nobody can make another person happy. That's my job. That's so key. And so what she basically did is, number 1, she took responsibility of her own attitude, her own happiness. Hey, Deandra, sorry. Did I say? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what does that mean? So Elsie, even though we've been married for 5 years, going on 6 years this year, and we've been together for 10 years, going on 11 this year, she's been great. Hey, Aunt Faith, she's been amazing. She's been a great wife to me. I love being married to her. But she does not make me happy. I am in control of that. I have to take responsibility of my own attitude, whether she's in her own feelings and doing stuff. I got to take responsibility. I can't let her not being happy control my happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I care for her, whatever she's going through something, but I still got to take responsibility of my own attitude. And that's number 1. You got something to share on that, LC?
Yeah, I guess I'll just touch in a little bit. So Joyce Myers talks about this, and I know we talked about this before, is that you're gonna let something, if you go through a Starbucks line and they got you wrong drink, and you're upset about it, and it makes you upset the whole day. It wasn't their fault. It was your fault. You had the responsibility choose to be happy, and you have the responsibility to choose to, if that's going to make you upset the whole single day. So for just this, I mean, if Adam pisses me off or whatever,
Never.
I'm not gonna be upset because of what he did. You know, it's my choice. It's my responsibility. It's
Hmm.
my obligation to choose to be happy or not. It's not him. You know, it's so funny because when people ask me, you know, does Adam make you happy? You know, I always say yes, of course. You know, Adam makes me happy. But going through all
I do.
this, I think mostly all of us figure out, yeah, you know, your husband makes me happy, or your husband makes you happy, your kids make you happy, but really in reality, it's because you are choosing to be happy for yourself. You're not letting somebody
It's good.
else
Come on.
dictate your happiness. It's your responsibility. You have
Yeah.
to make that choice. So
And yeah, so going back to that Starbucks one that Joyce Myers here, so it's like, how much is a Starbucks? $5? I don't know. Today it's like $20 for a cup of coffee. But anyway, whatever that amount is, if you get angry, you sold your joy
for that 20,
for that $5. For that, so that's basically what you're saying is your joy is only worth $5 or worth $6 or whatever it may be. If they got your order wrong at McDonald's, maybe it was just someone cut you off in traffic, so your joy was basically didn't cost anything. You gave away your joy that fast, that quick. And so you have no value on your joy.
With that. We're all guilty of, you know, someone taking our joy away, but it's our responsibility. You know, a lot of times people be like, I'm upset today. And why are you upset? You're upset because someone cut you off the freeway, but you have that, you make that choice. That's your choice. I know now, I actually, if someone makes me upset, I try to not let it get to me. I mean, there's times where, you know, we're only human. I mean, we're we're in our flesh sometimes, and we try to figure out, like, you know, they made me upset, but really in reality, it's your choice to be upset or not. So yeah.
That's one. Number two is basic. All these kind of rolling in right to each other. So decide to change your bad attitude areas. So pick. You know, we all have certain areas. Like you said, there's certain areas that we just, for some reason, every time we go there, we have a bad attitude. Maybe it might be your work. Maybe it might be where you guys have a conversation with finances in your relationship. You just have a bad attitude in that area.
You know, your life would be much easier if you're happy. Yeah, I've noticed that, like, if people are very upset, or they're just really negative about their life, it's because they choose that way. You know,
Mhm.
they'll complain. They'll say, you know, this person made me this way. I mean, I said this a couple of videos, is that it's your responsibility. You have to take that
Hey,
responsibility
Nayeli.
to say, I'm gonna be happy today. Do those affirmation in the morning if you're that type of person where you just get upset easily. I know I did. You know, growing up, I got upset really quick. Um, and you know, it's actually makes me happier, is that I'm able to be like, you know, today's gonna be a great day. Today's not gonna, no one's gonna take my joy away, because it's my responsibility. And you know, it makes your life happier, to be honest with
And
you.
we all have these areas that you know, in our thoughts, whatever, like I said, a situation around where in our you know, with our spouse, we have those situations where just that moment where they just, you know, it might, you know, they know how to push your buttons. She knows the areas that's gonna piss me off more than anybody, you know, that I know, is because she's been around me. But I can just still decide to choose to get angry or not. And one of the best examples, I saw this before, is like, you think of an orange and you squeeze the orange, whatever inside is going to come out. So then you kind of got to put it back in yourself. Why is that? You know, why is that getting me angry? There's a quote I always use: the heart of the problem is the problem of the heart. Meaning, what the heart, the main issue of that problem, is whatever's inside of you. The heart of it is whatever's going inside of you. So if she squeezes me to a point where I get angry, it's like, okay, what's inside of me that I'm not, you know, I'm not taken care of. Why am I getting angry at that situation? Why don't I have a better attitude when she brings that up and picks at me, or I pick out her? Um, and so this leads to number three, which is
Think, act, talk, and conduct yourself like a person you want to become.
and so this is just actually, so now that you look at those areas and you decide you want to have a better attitude, we'll start thinking, acting, and talking and conducting yourself like you have a great attitude. So that means don't just go around saying woe is me and going like, but actually start thinking about it, thinking about things, picking up something that talks about attitude, like a book like this that teaches you how to have a better attitude, and start talking about it, start thinking about it, and conduct yourself like it. You know, you see the people who maybe you went to high school with who, you know, were kind of just, you know, you didn't really notice them that much. And then now, you know, 10, 20 years later, they're a whole different person. It's just because they started believing and becoming that person that they thought they could be. A lot of people didn't see that in them, but they knew it. They start thinking and acting and start doing who they want to become. So now they're a joyful person. They're happy all the times because they decided to take action on it. And we hope you guys take action on it, on working on your attitude. We all have, you know, those moments, but let's just say, hey, okay, we all have that issue, but let's grow together. How can we move so we can have joy and not make sure that this person doesn't dictate my happiness, your boss doesn't dictate your happiness, your kids don't dictate your happiness. The only person that's going to dictate it is you. You got something else?
Mm.
And so number, what am I, 4?
3.
Oh, 3. Number 3. Number 3, guys.
Oh no, we're number 4 now.
Come on, man. See, I knew how to count.
I thought you were gonna say something with number 3.
Hey, Mono Gerwin. Ooh, I got this. I'm working on it. Mono.
I know, but what is
it? I learned, guys. So number 4, place a high value on people. This is one great way of maintaining a good attitude is when you start placing a high value on people. There's a thing that says put a 10 on everybody's head, meaning anybody you see, you want to put a big 10 out of 10. They're a great person. You put them at high value, especially your spouse. And sometimes we put our boss and other people above our spouse. We come home and treat our spouse like they're a 5 or a 4, but we treat our bosses like they're a 10 because they sign our paycheck and they could fire us. But you should be treating your spouse better than that. And so that's a great way of becoming happier. 5 ways to become happier, of maintaining a good attitude, is by placing a high value on people. When you start doing that, you're going to start seeing joy in yourself because your attitude and your thoughts are thinking positive instead of thinking negative about people. You got something? All right, we're moving on. And yeah, but basically encourage others. Encouraging others helps out with your positive attitude. And so that leads to number 5.
5 is develop a high appreciation for life.
Another word for that is gratitude. That's going to help you have that joy is when you're grateful. When you wake up in the morning, I'm grateful for waking up. I'm grateful that I have breath. I'm grateful that I have roof over my head. I'm grateful that I have a bed to sleep in when there's people that don't. And when you start being grateful for every single thing, and don't take things for granted, you're going to have that joy. You're not going to have to worry about anybody else lifting you up and getting excited because you're grateful. You're just, I'm walking, I'm moving, I'm grateful. I can have a great day because I'm able to move, I'm able to dance, I'm able to sing, I'm able to kiss my wife, I'm able to do other things with her that I love. And so I'm grateful that I can do that. And because, and that's going to help you again. But even if she's, like I said, if she's gone away in her feelings doing other stuff, I can still be grateful for the things that I have and still be grateful in that moment. So it's not gonna, my joy and my happiness is not gonna dictate. So yeah, she can't make me happy is because I'm gonna be grateful for the day regardless of whether we're arguing or not.
Ditto. What book is that? So we're coming out of John C. Maxwell, and it's called Make Today Count.
And this is, so it's basically talking about, when you may say make today count, it's make today count. Yesterday has already passed, so don't worry about it. The future hasn't happened yet. Just make today count. And he goes over attitude and your relationships and your family and your finances. Make every single area count today.
And it's really small. It's not as big. Adam's finger's there, so
yeah,
it looks like it is.
Spot.
But you can get this anywhere, just like Amazon or...
Yeah, I think, or... I don't know.
Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, you can Google it. Find it. Google is your friend in this moment. Google this book, and we got it flipped around so you can see it on the camera finally now. But yeah, and so this is like I said, just one small section of the chapter, but it's so impactful. It's like you just got to think about it. We all have those moments where we think someone dictates our happiness, but they really don't. And if we just understand that, recognize our attitude needs daily adjustment. So that's why it's today, make today counts, because we have to adjust it daily. We have to think on it daily. Like we can't just wake up and be like, oh, thinking our attitude is going to be great and especially if you're not feeding it, if you're not around the right people who have a great attitude, it's just going to wear and tear on you. And then you're going to start taking it out on your spouse. And then if your spouse doesn't have that right mental attitude, they're going to think that, wow, my spouse doesn't make me happy. And I'm going to talk about them at work, my coworkers. No, they don't make me happy right now. I'm not feeling good. I'm not happy in my relationship, when you dictate if you're happy in a relationship or not. Yeah. Elsie, you got something else?
Mm-mm.
Well, guys, that is all we have for today. So we'll go over them real quick. So does my spouse make me happy? No, she doesn't. She brings me joy. I mean, she does bring joy into my life, and we laugh together and we have a great time together. But she doesn't dictate if I'm happy or not. I dictate that, and you dictate that for yourself. And the 5 ways to be happier is 1, take responsibility of your attitude. 2,
decide to change your bad attitude areas.
3,
think, act, talk, and conduct yourself like a person you want to become.
4, place a high value on people. And 5,
develop a high appreciation for life or gratitude. Gratefulness as well. Gratefulness that you guys, you really don't have to be on earth living. I mean, I don't know if a lot of you guys have a faith walk like Adam and I do, but we are grateful every day because God has given us another day to live, another time to spend time with our family. But yeah, grateful.
You literally gotta, just some little bit more, but you just gotta try to laugh at everything. Be able to laugh at yourself. It's okay. We all make mistakes, we all fail, but just find that positive moment. A lot of time when people will see me just laughing, I'll laugh to myself, is because I'm not taking things too seriously. I'm loving life. I'm joking around. I'm having a good time, and I create my own joy. Now I love my wife. I want her around all the time, but I'm fine by myself. I can make myself happy. I'll make myself laugh. I'll be joking around by myself and just have a good time, because I'm not focused on anybody else making me happy. But she does add that extra in my life that takes it from here to up here. And so I'm going to keep her around for a few more years. I'm just kidding. I'm going to keep her around. But yeah, and the same for you guys. Don't let anybody dictate your happiness. You be happy regardless, and then you keep showing that happiness, and eventually they'll come around. And
I had something I was going to say, and then I was listening to you, and I totally forgot about it now.
It's okay.
No, it was something important too.
Well, guys, we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for everybody who's chiming in, making comments. Again, reach out to us, message us. Go to her Facebook, message her. Go to my Facebook, and message me. Any questions, topics you want to cover, something like that, anything. But also, if you want 7 words to eliminate and 7 words to replace to have a better attitude, we'll send those out, message us, and we'll send you a list of words. We actually got it from this book, too. It's a list of 7 words to eliminate and 7 words to replace those words that you eliminated, so you can start having a better attitude. Because maybe you're just like, hey, I don't know, I need to work on this. I'm having a rough issue. I just have a bad attitude. We think like it gets passed down from our generation. My mom had a bad attitude, my grandma, so I got to have a bad attitude. But no, you can change that. You can start having a better attitude. And so we'll give you the 7 words to eliminate and 7 words to replace. Just message us. And we all need this. Looking at those words, I got some words that I gotta eliminate. One big one, I'll just give you a little one already. It says I can't to I can. You just start changing those. Just focus on those. I can't to I can. I can't have a good attitude because my wife acted this way till I can. I can't do this till I can. You're gonna have a better attitude. And so that I gave you a little bonus one. But if you want the rest, to us. And yeah. We love you guys. Again, we're not your marriage gurus, but here to spread the love and hope and help others prosper every day. And that's our story, and we're sticking to it. All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.